CCQs stand for concept checking questions. Now, how to make a good CCQ? That is the question. The first factor to be considered is the context. What is the meaning of the vocabulary item in the context? Let's imagine this is our context, the text from the course book English Level 2.3 designed for students in the 7th grade. One of the words we'd like to teach is tradition. In this context, the meaning is not a set of beliefs and practices that have been transmitted from generation to generation. It's rather a way of doing something in this family once a month. So our CCQ should target this meaning. So if you remember in the previous video, I suggested the following CCQ. Is a tradition something that changes often? So it targets that, namely meaning. What shall we consider after the context when formulating CCQs? The advice is to consult at least 2 dictionaries. Why at least 2? Because one dictionary may not give the meaning you need, or the definition might not be comprehensive. Here I have consulted 4 dictionaries. One can provide info related to what language proficiency level the word belongs to. Another can inform me in terms of how frequently it is used. Let's now look at the definitions. Cambridge Dictionary defines tradition as a custom or way of behaving that has continued for a long time in a group of people or society. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary defines it as a belief, custom, or way of doing something that has existed for a long time among a particular group of people. A set of these beliefs or customs. Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English defines it as a belief, custom, or a way of doing something that has existed for a long time, or these beliefs, customs, etc. in general. Collins Dictionary says that a tradition is a custom or belief that has existed for a long time. The next step is to divide the selected definition into semantic units. I'd go for the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English definition. A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has existed for a long time, or these beliefs, customs, etc. in general. Now, the words belief and custom may not be known to the students at this level, so let us just take a way of doing something that has existed for a long time. We have 2 semantic units, a way of doing something and that has existed for a long time. The next step is to simplify the difficult words in the definition. We have simplified it by deleting the words that do not reflect our context. The remaining words do not seem to be difficult. Then we should create questions for each semantic unit, and we could have such questions. Does a tradition involve doing something differently every time? Is a tradition something that changes often? So we've got our CCQs. Here's another example for the word rod from the text. So I've consulted the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English and the Cambridge Dictionary. This is what the former suggests, and this is what the latter suggests. Again, I chose the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English, namely the second definition it gives: a long, thin pole used with a line and hook for catching fish. Now, there are 3 semantic units: a long, thin pole used with a line and hook, and 3 for catching fish. Let's see what needs to be simplified. I'm not sure the students would be familiar with the word pole, so it can be replaced by stick. Now, the details that it has a line and a hook are very important, but I'm not sure the students are familiar with them, so I'd rather delete them. As a result, we could say that a rod is a long, thin stick used for catching fish. This means we are left with 2 semantic units. The question for the first can be: is a rod long or short? Is a rod thin or thick? Now, the question for the second semantic unit can be: is a rod used for hunting? No, it is used for fishing. Summing up, when creating CCQs, we should consider the context, consult more than 1 dictionary, divide the definition in semantic units, simplify complicated words, create a question for each semantic unit. Hope it was useful.